Raising chicks can and is usually very delicate even to the most experienced farmers. The major focus when raising chicks is to keep them healthy and, most importantly, support them with the best nutrition to make them grow faster and stronger so as to avoid mortalities. In this video, I want to give you the 5 best organic treats for chicks that will help your chicks grow healthier, faster and stronger. These supplements are 100% organic and effective. Also, they are very easy to find, prepare and use to feed to your chicks. Here are the 3 important things that you need to know as far as supplementing the chicks is concerned. But before we get into these 3 important things, it is usually a great hassle to compile this information. I'll greatly appreciate if you hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and also if you like our videos, if you find our videos educative, make sure that you hit that like button. The first important thing that you should know about supplementing chicks is that the supplements I'll give you should be given starting from week 2. In the first week, let the chicks get to learn what the starter feed looks and tastes like. In week 1, chicks will do pretty good with the starter feed. From week 2 is when we start feeding these additional supplements. The second important thing to note is that the supplement should be given later in the day after the chicks have fed on their first meal of starter feed in the morning. The supplement is to be added into the second meal of the day, probably in the afternoon or in the evening. This helps the chicks to first utilize the nutrients in the chick starter before taking in the additional nutrients from the supplements. The third important thing is that the supplement should not exceed 10% of the total daily diet of the chicks. The first organic treat is the yogurt, also called the fermented milk, or others call it the soy milk. This yogurt or the soy milk contains proteins, calcium, probiotics and lots of beneficial bacteria that are very useful to the chicks. The fermented milk helps to modify the gut health of the chicks, and this helps to increase or to improve digestibility and absorption of the nutrients that will help the chicks to grow healthier and much faster. The fermented milk or the yogurt is usually very easy for the chicks to eat and digest. This is because the bacteria in milk, especially the lactic acid bacteria, usually break down the lactose that is usually found in milk, and this helps to make the nutrients that are in the milk readily available for absorption and utilization by the chicks. The fermented milk or the yogurt helps to eliminate the bad bacteria in the gut, and also remember that this soy milk also kills the worms. Therefore, this will prevent worms from affecting the chicks. And before I forget, for the yogurt, you are going to use 1 teaspoonful per liter of water. That is 1 teaspoonful of the yogurt into each liter of the chicks drinking water. Number 2 is the organic plant treats. The 3 most nutritious and helpful ones to the chicks include the thyme, the oregano, and also the mint. These 3 are very effective because they help to boost the immune system of the chicks, and they help to fight off respiratory diseases, and especially the chronic respiratory disease, which is usually a lethal disease to the chicks. These plants also contain some compounds that are very effective to help the chicks to fight off the heat stress, and they also contain the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties or compounds that are very effective to help the chicks to grow faster and eliminate infections that can cause the mortalities or even retarded growth in the chicks. When it comes to feeding these organic plant treats to the chicks, you can feed them as fresh leaves by cutting or chopping them into smaller pieces and throwing them into the chicks' feed, or you can dry these leaves and grind them into powder form so that now you can add them into the feeds of the chicken. The amount of the powder that you can add into the chicks that are feed, or that you can supplement to the chicks, is 1 spoonful of this organic treat, for example the thyme, the oregano or the mint powder, into each kg of the chick feed. The third organic treat is the sprouted grains. The most nutritious and useful sprouted grains include the wheat grains, the alfalfa sprouted seeds, the peas, the sunflower and also the mustard seeds. Sprouting seed grain is very easy, and there's a video that I made on this topic, and I will be leaving a link in the description of this video. Therefore, make sure that you check it out so that you can be able to learn how to sprout the grains for your chicken. Another thing is that sprouted grains contain proteins, fiber, vitamins, minerals, enzymes and antioxidants, which are very helpful to the chicks. During sprouting, the seeds produce a compound called phytic acid. The phytic acid is very important because it helps to eliminate the anti-nutritive factors in these grains, therefore making the nutrients that are in these grains readily available for the chicks. The fourth treat is the vegetables, and the most nutritious vegetables for the chicks are the lettuce and broccoli. The lettuce and the broccoli contains essential vitamins and proteins that are very helpful in the health and the growth of the chicks. These vegetables are usually fed fresh by chopping them into tiny pieces which are edible to the chicks. The final organic treat is the worms or the insects, and the worms and the insects can be fed alive, or they can be dried, then crushed into powder form and added into the chick feed. The worm and the insect meals are a very cheap source of protein. The most nutritious worms or insects for the chicks include the cricket, the grasshoppers, and also the black soldier fly larvae. Talking of the organic treats for the chicks, make sure that you hit the video on your screen right now so that you can be able to learn the 7 best natural broiler growth promoters.